Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Witty's Gear Review. Today we have another Temu haul for you. I was looking and, I was kind of getting nervous about the tariffs and wondering if I was going to be able to get some of the budget stuff that I had in my cart. So I went ahead and ordered a few things, and this is basically going to be Temu knives. I know some subscribers were wanting to know, hey, have you tried any Temu knives? What's decent, what's not? What I do is I try to stay away from clones, like clone Benchmades, clone Leathermans. I'm looking for an actual company, not something that's not named, so I can kind of judge, if I buy one, I can kind of look at how it's made and be able to judge another. So one company I've been intrigued with lately, and I've watched a lot of positive reviews on this knife. I've even been on some knife forums where they were actually talking about these knives compared to like SEs and stuff like that in quality and durability. So I decided there was a couple I was looking at. I went ahead and bought them, and I haven't opened any of them yet. It was a total of 3 in my lot that I had. And we'll go ahead and, take a look at these things a little bit closer and, see what y'all think. So today we'll be opening with my Outdoor Edge Razor Onyx. This is my everyday carry. Love this knife. So we'll use a knife I love to open some knives that we'll find out if I love or not. These are in no particular order. I know 2 are the same, but different. Hopefully I didn't do no damage. Anything. And this company is synonymous for everything they send is going to be in a black box. I did cut the box a little bit there, and they're pretty well made boxes, but that doesn't mean anything, right? But they're unlogoed. There's no names, no nothing. It's just a black box. Some of you who've bought some of these knives probably recognize the plain black box. So, real quick, this knife is made by a company called SDOKEDC. So it's SDOKEDC. Pull this guy out. And none of these knives are named. So you got to just go in and look for look for the blade style and everything that you're looking for, and just kind of pick by blade size, blade design. They don't give you any names. So this one's like the SE. It's a small knife. It's like their field and game knife. And I see a lot of people that are wearing these because they're so small as a neck knife. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I got it, was, to possibly be a replacement for a neck knife that I currently have. So just some things that I notice off the bat is you've got some nice micarta handles on this one. You got a lanyard hole. Your rivets go all the way through. They're removable, so you could replace the blades if you wanted to. And like most of these knives, the corners are kind of rounded over. I don't know. It's not a really sharp 90-degree edge, but then again, this isn't really a knife that, you'd be batoning with or fire starting with.
5 minutes later.
But back to this knife, like I was saying, it is a SDOK EDC. It's kind of like their bird and game knife. So it's got a small little blade, but I promise you, it is super sharp. These knives come extremely sharp from the factory. That's one thing I will say this company does well, and that's the edges they put on their blades. And it's not just the edges, it's the craftsmanship. So, like I said, you're looking at the micarta handle on this one. Full tang. Now this is, I don't think you could strike a ferro rod with it. It's not a real stiff 90 degree, but nice little spear point. The knife's made out of, I think it says it on there somewhere. There's the branding. Yeah. So it's made out of DC 53 stainless steel. It's got an overall hardness of between 60 and 61 HRC. The blade is a V grind. It's got a nice place to index, and this is a nice knife. There's no jimping on the back. There's nothing other than this finger coil right here, but it's a mobile knife. It seems like it would be good for filleting a fish, cutting small game open, a bird, squirrel, anything like that. Really nice knives. This one is what they're calling black and stonewash. So the blade's a stonewash color. And they're calling that a black handle, but it's actually, to me, it looks like a dark gray micarta. We're going to take some measurements on this thing, because I didn't really, their measurements on the site, I don't think were right. So the blades, a hair over 2 3/4. You're looking at an overall length of right around a 7 1/4. A 7 1/8. They're saying that the thickness is like 0.17. I'll have to put that in the description. I didn't write that down. But it's not a super thick blade, so you're looking at about 1/8 of an inch. Let's put it like that. But man, a nice little knife. It's got a Kydex sheath, which is a Kydex sheath, which is a true Kydex sheath. They didn't waste a super amount of material. That's about average. So on the back, you've just got your tech lock. And what I like about these is you have these little pins or blanks that are put in here. As you can tell, you could pop those things out and adjust these little locking bars to whatever size your belt is. If you're using a big, thick military belt, you can just pop both of them out. That allows you the whole width of the lock to put it in there. But ambidextrous, you can carry it any way you want to. If you're left-handed like me, you can carry it left-handed, right-handed. You can carry it sideways, put it on a belt. Or what I'm going to do is hook a lanyard around that, and I'm actually going to neck carry this knife. So that's number one. We use this to open this. This box is a little crushed on this one. And I noticed this one's weird. This box has like a pattern on it, unlike most of their other boxes. And being the same knife. So I guess it's whatever boxes they had. Or who knows, they may package for a bunch of other people. There's the second one. Just got a little oil on there. That's just oil residue from packing it. But they're completely identical. This one has a stonewash finish. This one's just a plain finish. This one has D10 handles, so if you like D10 better than the micarta, this one's in the orange, the high vis. If you're taking this out and you're using it for deer hunting or pheasant, dove, anything like that, and you set it down, you'll be able to find this one fairly easy. And you can see the bright color on the bright shine on the blade there, as opposed to the stonewash. You don't really get, you get a subtle reflection of the light. You don't really get the signal mirror effect. But keep that in mind. When the sun's hitting this thing, it's polished. You could probably use it for a signal mirror. So this one will be the same exact length. Sheaths are identical. Both Kydex. There's no difference between any of the two. You can hear that nice click. These things are not going to fall out of these sheaths. They're in there. This one does have a little rattle. This one has none at all. There's a little rattle in this Kydex. Try something here. I don't know which one, because this one's super tight in there. Maybe I had them. No, that definitely ain't it. It's subtle. Sure you can hear it. But there is a little rattle in that Kydex sheath, and this one, there's nothing. But I don't think that thing's going to fall out. It's in there, and I might be able to tighten these up a little bit and maybe get that rattle out. But those two identical. And just to see, do the old. I'm trying to catch real thin curls. See that? So they're sharp out of the box. Super sharp, as my finger will attest.
I hurt myself today.
See, a lot of people don't, I guess if you don't film yourself a lot, I've learned the hard way. I'm looking through my camera. I'm not looking down at the table, which is hard because I'm trying to make sure I'm in the frame, because sometimes I'll be looking down at the knife and I'll be way over here. So I'm constantly looking through the camera at the object that I'm trying to show you all up close and stuff like that. So, you know, it makes your depth perception a little worse, and yeah, rookie mistake. But really nice knives, guys. And the kicker is, I even checked it. I got these, like I said, pre-tariff. I was worried they were going to go up. I checked the price of them today, and these knives are $16.68. Both of them. They're both the same exact price, whichever one you want. G10, micarta, $16.68. They say that there's only so many left. So if you're looking for a small neck knife or fishing game knife at a budget, made out of good materials, good quality steel, going to come super sharp out of the box, that's probably what you want to get. This will make 4, 5, 6, 7. This will make my 7th product that I've got by SDOKEDC. And I can tell you the other ones, I love them. I've used one more than the other because I actually got 2 of the same one, just like these. Not this same knife, but 2 of the same ones. They just had different handle colors. One was a green, one was a tan. And that little knife's my go-to knife. I use it a lot. And you can baton with it. These you probably could, but I mean, it's just not a very big, robust knife. It's a neck knife. It's not really what you want to carry on your hip, per se. But if you need a small knife, that's a knife for you. And this is another small knife that you can also use for a neck knife. This one's a little bit different. I really liked this one when I saw the design. So it's just a nice little DC 53 drop point. Also with a V grind. You can kind of see it. Yeah. See the V grind. This one's got black G10 handles. A little bit of a design in that handle. Very subtle. Now this handle's a little bit bigger in comparison. I should have left these out of the box. See, I'm gun shy now. I cut my finger and now I'm shoving everything back where it belongs. You can see this handle's a lot shorter, but thicker. And of course you have a lot bigger blade. So depending on preference, fishing game all day long, or fishing, small game all day long, I think that's a knife. A little bit bigger stuff, more of a traditional pocket knife, but in a fixed blade, that's the knife for you. This thing is total overall length, 3 inches. Our blade length, 3 inches. And you're looking at right at 6.5 long. So side by side, you can see it's a little shorter, little wider, bigger blade. So it all comes down to preference. But they're all made out of the DC 53 steel. 2 out of the 3 have the G10 handles. All 3 of them have the V grind blades. This one's a drop point. These are spear points. This Kydex sheath is more centered than it is off center like these. Same exact tech lock on the back of it. Identical. Ambidextrous. You can flip it over. Wear it each way. The tech locks, I'm not going to go over it again. It's exactly the same as I showed you on the other one. But these are just nice, pretty knives. They're well made, nice, and they just feel good in the hand. I like that this one has a little bit of jimping on the back. Not really more like a finger stop than it is really it's a slight finger coil, I guess, the way the handle swoops up. But this one feels really good in the hand as well. It doesn't feel, because of the handle, I can get all 4 fingers on there. But it doesn't seem like it has the maneuverability. You can see how much I have big hands and how much sticks out there. And it just seems like I can kind of maneuver up and down this knife to get into whatever I need that I'm doing. This one, yeah, it still works. I think that blade's a lot thicker on this one too. If you can see the blade width. So this one you could baton with, I'm pretty confident. I would imagine, I haven't been not surprised or surprised with any of their sharpness on any of these knives. I mean, these things out of the box, you could shave in the morning with it. So all in all, these are good little knives, guys. I mean, I can't say enough about these. They're still out there. You can still find them. They're selling them on Amazon now. So if you don't want to go to Temu, I totally understand. You can get them on Amazon. They're a little more expensive. But this knife here was the most expensive at $18. So 16 and some change, 18. Kydex sheaths, G10 handles, micarta handles, studs all the way through, both full tang, super sharp. I like the knives. There's a couple more that are bigger that I'm going to buy and try out, but I really like these things, guys. They're really nice knives for the money. So far, they have not let me down. DC 53 steel is a good steel. It's basically D2 on steroids. So Tell me what you think of the little knives here. Would you wear one as a neck knife, or what would you use it for? I think this is a great all out, fishing, skinning, tackle box, especially the orange one. Throw that in your tackle box, throw it in your hunting gear. I think they're quality knives for that stuff. And for the money, man, you don't have to worry about it. Throw it in your bag. Throw 2 of them. Put one in every bag. That's what I would do. That's why I bought so many. I'm going to put one in this bag, one in that bag, one in my hunting gear, one in my camping gear. And I never have to worry about if I have a knife. I'm going to bump into one of these SDOKEDC knives in one of my bags somewhere at any given time. That's how much I believe in these little knives. But you don't have to trust me. Look it up here on YouTube. There's a lot of people that are doing reviews on these knives, and they put them through some pretty harsh torture tests, and they withstand that. Anyways, guys, like always, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Click all them notifications. The algorithm shows that most people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so do me a favor, hit that subscribe. It only helps me grow the channel. Love y'all. We'll see you on the next one.